Work Besties, we just got home from an incredible trip that we experienced with a bunch of other Work Besties. So we started in Zimbabwe.
We're in Zimbabwe and it is day one of our Work Bestie group trip. And if you're like, what on earth is a Work Bestie group trip? Basically, different people from all around the world that are part of our online Work Bestie community signed up to do a trip together, like a vacation together. We're not working remote this week, so we have a jam-packed itinerary, we have a local guide, and we basically travel together. And it's the most fun thing ever. And this trip in particular, I think almost everyone has been on a previous trip, Work Bestie group trip before. So it's basically a reunion of a bunch of people and everyone just gets so close and it's awesome to see. And yeah, very excited. So everyone's arriving today. I arrived yesterday and jet lag just kicked me in the butt. So I went right to bed, but I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling alive now. Our group trip officially kicks off with a dinner tonight. We're going on a sunset cruise, which sounds so fabulous, and I'm very excited for it, but we gotta get some lunch, gotta get some food in me, so let's go. This looks so good.
After all of our Work Besties arrived, we spent the evening on this gorgeous boat cruise on the Zambezi River, an incredible way to start off our 8 days of adventuring together. So day two, we started with a hike. We went on a walk, a hike, call it what you will, of Batuka Gorge. And we had some local guys come along to show us, well, one, where the trail was and where we're hiking, but two, they pointed out everything from the trees to different animals we were seeing. They talked about kind of way of life. It was a really good introduction to the culture, but also the landscapes, and not even just, you know, what kind of trees or bushes things were, but the uses for them from the local people.
We're on this bus that I wouldn't call a coach bus. It's an overland truck. And yeah, we're going for like a 3-hour hike, which is, I'm excited about. And then we're gonna go visit a local village for dinner, which can be sweet.
I was so mad. I was so mad.
Well, you know, African culture, we eat so much wild fruits, berry. Mostly, these ones they grow next to termite mounds.
You can carry it in your pocket.
That's not what I expected.
Let's go. Very easy to remember.
I have no idea what that tastes like.
The soil on the other side, that means the soil where the small insect is, it's going to fall in.
Even if there is strong wind, and then they make some small thing, and then they make a sweeping broom. So the fruit, but it's a little bit sour. Boys, when they were looking for ladies to marry, they knew where. More back until the water comes.
There's no pressure. Doing great.
I don't know about you, but I feel like.
Is it like, do you guys have a department of biology?
high school. No.
You're picking your nose there. On camera.
Scratching my cheek.
On camera.
So after our hike, we went to the Ndebele home. So it was a home within a village, and it belonged to I don't want to get this wrong, a spirit doctor or a witch doctor. And so he kind of talked us through his practice. He talked us through how it works when people come to his home, what they seek. People travel from different countries to see him. I believe he specialized in like snake bites. But it was really interesting to kind of hear this alternative medicine, if you will, way of approaching a ton of different things.
They're just blowing. My life is same like a pharmacist, same like a hospital. I'm the one who treat people. I'm the one who fetch the tree to the trees. I'm using roots, bark, leaves. There is a meaning of these verses. If I'm doing it, it seems like almost it seems like an X-ray. I'm doing like this.
To end our day, we took a tour of Victoria Falls.
Which means the smoke that thunders.
And it was moist.
A little bit wet here.
Like with our tea.
I feel like that is like the most unexciting thing to film for food because it's like,
Oh, you mean this
Not-
is more exciting? My beige is more exciting for you?
this is not a cultural experience. Okay, so I've been here twice and I've just ordered a coffee and then it comes with this, which I've learned is, that's the same thing as last night, right? What did they call it? It's the same, Marilla? It's alcohol, so I'm not gonna have that because I don't really drink, but comes with every coffee order here, apparently. Just at this location, I think.
Day 3 was more of a travel day. We got up, we went into the city of Victoria Falls, kind of explored on our own. Some people went shopping, some people went to grab coffee, and then we all packed up and we headed to Botswana.
Gotta find our room. There's a lot of rooms here. It was like a 2-hour drive across the border, and we had to cleanse our feet by stepping on, what do you think that was? Stepping on a mat and then walking through. It was interesting. And now we're in Botswana, and we're gonna go for a nice little dinner, and then we get up at the crisp hour of 5:30 in the morning to start our game drive, which I'm so excited about. We're doing game drive tomorrow, and we're doing a river safari tomorrow. And I'm really hoping we see some lions.
Potato, please.
What chicken? This is chicken? Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is 5:30 in the morning. We're about to go on our first game drive. I'm so excited. So we didn't make the sunrise safari. Little hiccup. So it's just me and Dustin in the vehicle. All of our work besties went this morning, and unfortunately there was not room, but that's fine. So we're gonna do a mid-morning safari now, and hopefully see animals. I hope they're still awake and roaming and excited to be here.
Can I have a stop here? So that goes to the maid one.
There with the hump.
The kudu.
Kudu.
Yeah, there's another kind of antelope on the other side, the kudu.
Kudu.
The only antelope that have got the 2 spiral horns there,
Yeah.
to see the animals.
Yes.
So that's the mama and the baby.
Have you seen leopards lately?
It's a very difficult animal to be seen.
Yeah.
We have made so here, she killed the what? The male one.
Wow. More coming.
More coming?
One.
Move so slow.
And then in the afternoon, we were on the riverboat, we were on the riverboat, and the sun was setting, and we watched this elephant cross from where it was grazing all day, I guess, back to the land where its herd was. And to watch that river crossing of the elephant was, I think, one of the coolest wildlife experiences I've had. And everyone, we just sat there in awe. And it was, as the sun was setting, it's like one of those moments you're just gonna hold on to forever.
He was like, get out.
Local language, Setswana, we call it kasami.
Smiling.
All your eggs in that basket. Season. It says males and females separate except in breeding season.
Now they are moving. They are going to browse on another tree. Do you know that the tree is also a living organism? No, that's the lizard. The
I looked.
yeah, the water monitor lizard.
It was. I totally teared up. I was like, don't cry, because I'm so.
Look, the African speaker fish. Oh, thank you very much.
We were heading back to Zimbabwe. We were going to a different area though. We were going to Hwange National Park. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But first we wanted to do groceries because it was a little bit cheaper to do while we were in Botswana, and we were going into the bush. We were basically like in camp, what you can imagine would be like a camp. There's no like super operating kitchens. So we were doing a ton of groceries. Our local guides are also chefs and they were going to prepare our meals for us. So we decided to do a big grocery haul before we headed back over the border and settled into our camp for the night. Pulled up in our vehicle and then got right off and right into our game drive vehicles, and we set off. And there's something so beautiful about game drives when they're aligned with like a sunset or a sunrise, because the wildlife itself is incredible, but then also just being there while the sun is setting or rising and you're out and it's just national park, and it's so beautiful.
We're with the group this time, so we don't have to do it solo. And now we're doing it in Zimbabwe. So fingers crossed. Yes?
What? People want a picture.
Let's say someone wants to open a camp and then he wants to put a logo. So what they do, they'll go to a termite mouth like that one. Dispose. Why I say it's definitely I must.
This is where we saw zebras for the first time also, which I think that's the first time I've ever seen zebras in person, and that was pretty magical.
Bellies usually round like that. Hopefully you are going to see some more. All without horns. They're females. Oh. Yeah.
When we got back to camp, we had dinner as a group around a bonfire, and then so where we were situated at this camp was like right at the edge of the national park. I guess technically in the national park, maybe, but wildlife everywhere. Like there's obviously no fences or borders of the national park, so wildlife can just roam wherever it pleases to. And so the camp that we were at had a bunch of watering holes, and so elephants would just like come by, have a little drink, continue on. So when we were walking from where we were having food at the bonfire back to our rooms, we actually had to get escorted by security because of the wildlife to make sure that there was no, lions or cheetahs or hyenas, or I guess not cheetahs, leopards, but elephants were just like everywhere. So that was pretty cool.
We did find it.
Okay. That was amazing.
Don't open your room. Don't open your door to come outside, please.
It's 6 in the morning and we're heading out for another drive. I think this is our last one of the trip. And we're hoping, we saw some zebras yesterday, which was really epic. We're hoping today we get some good lion shots, or honestly, my top is like, I want to see hyenas really badly. Leopards would be cool too. And honestly, just watching the sunset in the park is like beautiful in itself. So I'm gonna grab some quick food, a little coffee, and we're out of here. That's where we sleep. They gave us the honeymoon suite, so not on a honeymoon, but it's pretty nice. And the elephants just like walk crawl through here during the night. So we actually have to get escorted everywhere by walking too fast.
There's a baby.
Just died.
No, 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 no.
Chicken.
Hey, Iowa, what kind of grain is this?
Duck down and so Dustin and I can take a selfie. Thank you, Solomon.
Thank you. Okay, this is the view from the room. There was probably, what do you think, like 10 elephants, but right outside the deck, like on these trees, in the middle of the night. That woke me up, and it was the coolest thing ever to watch. Anyways, so today we have a couple hours back to Vic Falls, and we're going to, jet boat? We're gonna jet boat underneath Victoria Falls. Yeah.
Close.
We're not going underneath the falls, it would kill us, but like close to the bottom of the falls.
Yeah. I don't know, I think it's quite fitting for either way.
I'm ready.
Try to practice.
People over there, get here.
Put a picture of the...
I love you to run back up and it was like 2 words like, yeah, I'm in the fight. I'm back in.
Was it fun? Yeah! When we got to the boat, we split off into 2 groups, and I was in the second group with the half of our work besties, and half our work besties went in the first group. And so we kind of watched them go, and so we had an idea of like the path that they would take and whatnot. And then when they came back, they hiked up, and we went onto the boat. And of course, something has to not go completely smooth. We were going back and forth, and I was like, this feels like a little less oomph than what the other group had when they were going out of the rapids, because as the falls goes, and then downstream you've got like the rapids that are quite rapidy, and we kind of go through them on the boat and then back out. And then we weren't going out of them. We were just kind of stalling in between, and we were kind of like, oh, maybe the boat guides are like messing with us, you know, kind of like a little fun joke. But then you look at their face and you're like, yeah, this is not a joke, something's going on. It turned out fine. Basically, a piece of bamboo or a stick or debris had gotten stuck in our motor, which halted it from working for a little bit. So we had to pull off in the rapids on the side on a rock until they were able to dislodge it. And then we continued on, and it was beautiful. I don't even have words to describe it. Like, it is just one of those moments where you're like, I don't believe that this is real.
Wow! Would you look at that?
Damn! And then to finish off our last activity for the day, we headed to our closing dinner, which was also a drum show.
That's pretty. I love the I like simple.
Can we just go in?
And now everybody,
next morning, we all got up for day 8. We had breakfast. We hung out a little bit before everybody parted ways. Some folks were staying around to explore Zimbabwe a little bit longer. Some of us were flying directly to Madagascar to start our next group trip. And then some of our work besties were going home. But it was an incredible time. We saw and experienced so much together. We all bonded. It was a really lovely vacation. And if you were there, I mean, you know, it was one of those, one for the books, I would say. But the adventure wasn't over because we had another Work Bestie group trip to get to over in Madagascar. So that's where we're headed now. And we'll see you in the next video as we adventure there.
I'm going to South Africa today for a quick layover overnight, and then Madagascar.
Toodaloo.